An advocacy group for Christians in Egypt is calling for an investigation into the makeup of the country's Olympic team at the recently concluded Summer Games. Coptic Solidarity says of Egypt's 154-member squad in Paris, only one athlete was Christian. The group is calling on the IOC to investigate what it says is clear discrimination against Christian athletes, a violation of the Olympic Charter. Around 10% of Egyptians are Coptic Christian. And joining us now is Samuel Tadros, advisor to the Philos Project, which started an online petition against the discrimination of Christian athletes in Egypt. Samuel, great to be with you again. First off, remind us about the Coptic Christians and why they historically have been discriminated against in Egypt.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure as always. The Copts are, in a sense, the original inhabitants of Egypt, the descendants of the pharaohs, those Egyptians who, when the message of Christ came at the hands of Saint Mark, the evangelist, converted to Christianity. Egypt became one of the centers of Christianity back in late antiquity, one of the great churches with Rome, Alexandria, Antioch, and Constantinople being in a sense, the leaders of that Christian world, and continued to be a center of learning. Obviously, Islam came to Egypt. The Arab and Muslim armies invaded in 641. And we've seen, of course, from that date until today, the decline of Christianity, but the Copts remain. They're not an artifact. They're living people. They are the largest Christian community in the Middle East, representing over half of the Christians of the entire region.
And I want to talk now, Samuel, about the allegations of discrimination at the Olympics. But these charges, they actually go beyond the Paris Olympics. I know your petition says the faithful are also excluded from the national soccer team. Tell us more about this situation for the Christian athletes in Egypt.
So this is a systematic exclusion that is happening. It's happening at the lower levels. It's happening at the high levels. Of course, Christians used to be part of Egypt's sport activities. In fact, some of the earliest Olympic medals that Egypt ever won were won by Coptic athletes that participated representing Egypt back in the 1920s and 30s. Prior to 1952, Copts won over 20% of all the medals that Egypt won, despite their numbers in the country being much less. But today we see this exclusion, not just today, since basically 1952, Copts have been excluded. Whether it is trying to join a soccer team and you play in the playoffs or the tryouts and you do well and they ask you for your name and you say, my name is Mina or Joseph or whatever Christian name, and you're automatically told you're not welcome any longer. We have so many cases of people telling these stories. So not just at the national level, even locally, the Egyptian league, soccer league, with thousands of players at all of its levels, does not include the Christians among its ranks. The only Christian that represented Egypt in the Paris Olympics and before it in the Tokyo Olympics was a female athlete as part of the synchronized swimming team. So even not an individual sport. So we've seen this exclusion at every level, basically.
Samuel, there's so much more you can talk about, but unfortunately we're out of time. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about it. We appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you.